That shit's gonna kill you.
Why do you always sneak up on me like that?
Someone's gotta watch out for you. Now are you gonna do it or should I?
The very first thing that stood out to me about this film was the music. It was very Saint-Saëns and Carnival of the Animals. It was really, really gorgeous. The other thing was the acting. Really well acted. I loved the camera angles that they used. I thought that the cinematography was really solid. The story was great because of the fact that they gave you that mystery and the way that they told the story and how the mystery unfolded. Yeah, really nice job with this.
SARIAH. I very much appreciated this piece because it was understated. There was kind of a moodiness, a quality around it, where in terms of like the color scheme, the light and the shadows, and starting us off with one of my favorite tunes as kind of a nostalgic, wistful idea. So in terms of the entire environment and atmosphere, it created that sense of sadness and longing that I could connect to our lead character in a very visceral way. I really thought there was a lovely pathos throughout where we got to understand her and where that longing, that desire is, and kind of how she got to this place. And I thought it was deeply effective. The writing was very solid. I thought the pacing was great to allow it to just wash over us, but it was the performances that I thought really sold this piece. I thought it was excellent casting, and there was a real authenticity and grounded nature to the performance that I thought was excellent, and I'm hoping to see more from these actors.
Sarah, I thought this was heartbreaking and beautiful in a way that kind of just like guts your soul, which I think is what they were kind of going for, because with a story like this, that's kind of what's happening. And you still need to tell these types of stories, even if they're not fun, even if they're not gonna leave you necessarily like with a warm and fuzzy feeling. Just because that isn't part of the story doesn't mean that that story is not worth telling. And I think that this highlights grief, and it highlights a type of loss when you truly feel comfortable with somebody and then they're no longer present in your life, and how incredibly difficult that is to navigate. And I thought that this handled it really, really well. I thought that it was a really well told story. I liked how they approached it with having her kind of interact with and how they kind of navigate her kind of moving through what seems to be like some of the stages of grief. And I thought it was really, really well done, and like I said, heart-wrenchingly soul-crushing, but in like a very, very beautiful way.
This film was called SARIAH. This was a quiet, touching LGBTQ plus short. It was beautifully done. So many pan shots and close-ups of the expressive faces of the two lovers. There were a lot of contemplative moments of loss. The subtle piano throughout really set the tone of this sad romantic piece. The performances of the two were incredibly sensitive. I also appreciated the camera work, such as the tip shots and the appropriately somber lighting. Great job, SARIAH. Check it out.